everybody, welcome back to the Cozy Corner. It's actually the other side of the room. We've done something with this side of the room. We have Zigzag sat with me today. You're gonna quickly pop up here and say hello to everybody. Go on in, come in. I've got a little bit of chicken tikka down my jumper, and I think that he wants it, so he keeps trying to eat it. Oh, hello. Say hello to the camera. There we go. Yeah, so in today's video, I am literally just going to be sat chatting to you guys. It's going to be a nice, cozy-ish video. I've got a glass that I'm going to fill up with a little bit of vodka and a little bit of Pepsi Max. Like I say, I don't usually drink anyway, but I'm off all my meds now, and I just wanted a drink. You know, it's one of those things where a vodka Coke can be very nice. I was looking for flavoured vodka in Morrison's earlier, and for the one that I wanted, it was a little bit too pricey, so I thought, there's no point. If I'm not going to be drinking it often, then there's no point. But, yeah. So, Jasper's fucked off downstairs, you see. And he's just saying, I want it to be nice and cosy and nice and simple for you guys to just sit back and relax. And hopefully the whispers are okay. Like I say, I've got these on, and again, I'll be having to adjust the audio on that to make sure they're okay. But as far as I'm concerned, you can hear at this volume quite well. So let's go from there. Of course, the only vodka that's actually in the house is a nice bottle of XIX vodka that the missus got me a while ago, and it's vodka, so it's absolutely fine. There's a bit of dust on the top, but it's okay. Just out of curiosity, there is no out of date on vodka, is there? I know that might be a stupid question, but I know ciders go out of date. I suppose that's fruit based. This is just fermented potato, isn't it? That's actually wheat. It's fermented wheat. My bad. XX premium vodka is produced in the UK using only the highest quality ingredients. 100% wheat distilled multiple times until optimum purity is reached. Balanced with soft, demineralised water and slowly filtered for unparalleled finish and flavour. I must admit, it is a very smooth vodka. Like, I've had some harsh vodkas in my life. When you just go to a house party in your late teens and you get the cheap vodka with a bit of lemonade or Coke, and it's like, I actually don't mind this with a bit of Coke or a lemonade. So I've got to make sure the dog doesn't get any, because you can't give your dogs vodka. It just smells like cleaning fluids, doesn't it? That's a healthy portion. I've said that a lot recently when making my. I noticed when I made that chicken tikka video, I said just a healthy portion. And then a new bottle of Pepsi, hence me having to go to Morrison's. Now, you might be wondering why Ziggy is staring intently at the Pepsi bowl. When we are done with the Pepsi bowls, we give them the dogs. The dogs absolutely love. This isn't going to go well. Let me pour it down here. Yeah, the dogs absolutely love Pepsi bowls. One, because the bowl's like quite firm plastic for their teeth, but not too firm that it's going to break anything. So they chew it up, and it's just something for them to really sink their teeth into. That isn't an £80 like dog toy. It's like daft. And he's buggered off down there now anyway. So there we go. I can chill out now. But yeah, chin chin. Just reminds me of nights out. What do I want to talk about? I feel like I had something to talk about. You know, for the past week, I've said, oh, I'll do my sit down talking video. And I'm doing it, I forgot what I want to actually talk about. Well, number one, Chelsea, what form Chelsea are on. You guys, and myself included, happen to question how good Maresca's going to be. And again, we've got, 4 wins and a draw out of 5 throughout September, I think, is the official results. And I think that we've played exceptionally well. I think that the teams we've played aren't, your Man Cities and your Arsenals, but they're not like bottom fodder. We've played Barrow, that was in the cup. Everyone's had a cup game, that's fair enough. But I think we've played really, really good football. I am loving the fact that everybody's getting involved. Jackson's getting goals and assists. Sancho's had some assists. Madueke scored goals. Palmer's obviously scored goals, and Kunku scored goals. And I just think everyone's been playing phenomenally. And everything's sort of coming together. Now, the one game we played that we drew against Crystal Palace, I don't think Enzo Fernandez was in the squad. And he came back to the squad, and everyone's been saying he's not having the best form and that he plays so much better for Argentina than he does for Chelsea. But it's just one of them things where I think if the whole squad is playing well, then of course people are just going to look bang average. And I think for the most part, Enzo Fernandez has. But average in a team that scored like 15 goals in 5 games? Something stupid like that. I'd take that every day of the week. Wouldn't you? If you, we're almost getting to the point now where we're expecting players in positions that don't require them to get involved as much. Like, okay, a midfield role, you're there to be in the middle of the pitch. He's not picking up goals and assists, and the rest of the team's doing that. He's pulling his weight by making key passes and bringing it on and keeping it flowing, which is exactly what he does. You don't see the same for Argentina. You see him get way more involved with Argentina because that's his role for Argentina, not necessarily his role in Chelsea's setup. And that doesn't mean he can't play in Chelsea's setup. I just mean you should limit your expectations. Expect more from the front men, which is what we've seen. Defensively, we have been very shaky at times. And I think when we come up against your Man Cities and your Arsenal and Liverpool and teams like that, we are going to be fan out a little bit. I mean, we were against Wolves, we were against Brighton, we conceded goals. But I'm enjoying this let's just score more than them mentality. It's fantastic. So yeah, I don't really think there's much more to say. I think they've what's the word? They've exceeded my expectations at the start of this season, definitely. I think going forward, I can really see a strong starting 11. I was stupidly sceptical of Sancho coming in and Sterling leaving. Not so much because of Sterling leaving, but because of Sancho coming in and what we've seen at Man United. He looks like a rejuvenated man again. So that's now what 3 clubs he's been at, albeit Dortmund was twice, where he's looked great. But then he hasn't at Man United. Now that, to me, now starts screaming that maybe Man United's the problem. We're seeing a lot of issues at Man United under Ten Hag now. And it's his what? He's been there 2.5 years. I think this has been his 5th transfer window. We've got what is almost a full selection of players that he's brought to the club. And they're still not performing. You got to start asking questions soon. You have. You got to start asking questions. I think I don't want to hate on Man United. There is still a process. Ineos are still doing their thing. They've not rebuttal. They've carried on the sentiments that Ten Hag is the man for the job. So he's going to stay, and I'm happy about that. To be fair. I don't think they'll get another manager in. Not at least until the start of December. But yeah, I go back to work in, when you're seeing this, about a week and a half. Hey, Zigzag. Ziggy's come back to say hello, look. Come on then. You're going to settle down. Settle down. I bet he's wondering who I'm talking to, because usually I'm sat over there. Good boy. Sorry. There we go. So yeah, all in all, I think the Premier League's been very exciting this season. It sounds awful to say, I'm sort of happy Rodri's out, because it's showing that Man City do have a bit of a weak spot, and recently more than ever have a bit of a. I feel like not a lot, but a few of the players are having a bit of doubt. Like there's doubt that's been planted in their head as to whether they can push on and do as well. We saw it against Newcastle; they didn't look at the best. Albeit Newcastle should have played a lot better. I think it's going to be a wide open Premier League this season. I think I made a prediction actually, and I'll talk about this. Pardon me, that Wolves were going to completely underperform this season. And they're sat bottom of the table now. And I think that a few people, albeit they have played well, they've just not necessarily got the results. But I think that is the exact sort of thing I was on about at the start of the season when I said the players like Pedro Neto and your Max Kilmans that they've let go are the types of players to either win them games or stop them from losing games, and it seems that's what they've lost. And they might still be playing really, really good football, really like attractive football, but they're just not cutting it. And I feel like my prediction is going to come true, and I'd like to see them off the bottom. I think Wolves are one of them teams where they deserve to be in the Premier League. You know, more than some other teams, but it is what it is. And for those of you that were doubting about Nottingham Forest this season, they've started on fire, haven't they? What a revelation that's been for Nuno. I was very sceptical of Nuno coming in because I didn't understand why they rated him at Wolves when he was at Wolves. Then he took a Spurs job, which was weird. Then he's come to, I think he went to the Saudi League, and then he's come to Forest, and it's all a bit like, what's going on? But he's really got that team playing. Pardon me again, I'm getting a bit tired here. It's been a long day. I think that, with Hudson Odoi and Elanga playing the way they have, it's been fantastic. Chris Wood's been good. Who else? Murillo's just as good as ever. But yeah, it's just one of those. I hope they can sort of push on and, keep not necessarily keep doing this well all season, because it's not going to happen. There are going to be games and there are going to be periods where the team sort of ebb and flow. But I hope this wave rides on for a while, just so that we're not worried come the end of the season. It came to the end of last season and Forest were like, I think a couple of games towards the end of the season, they ended up being, mathematically safe. But it still was a little bit shaky. So I hope that we're a little bit safer a little bit earlier. I think my prediction that Southampton will go down and Ipswich will go down, I feel like that's going to come true, although Ipswich played very well. Who did they play? Who did they play the other day? It was 1-1. 2-2, sorry. Was that Crystal Palace? I can't remember now. I can't remember. Either way, I think Southampton, as okay as they could be game to game, I feel like they're lacking composure and they're lacking a bit of creativity. And the game against Bournemouth showed that. My camera's about to die, by the way, so I'll probably end it here. I hope you've enjoyed this ramble. Just a nice little football ramble. stroking the dogs. You can't quite see them. But yeah, nice, quick, easy video for me to make. Quite enjoyed it, to be fair. If there's any other topics you want me to talk about, we can go from there. I did have a topic in mind and I still don't bloody know what it was. I'm going to remember it once this is done. But yeah, look at the dogs. I don't know, you can't see them, it's really annoying me. I could have tilted my camera a little bit further down. Who cares now? So anyway, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.